Uh, it knows we're going live
One of these days.
one of these days, and let's hope it put out the right tweet as well, because I did change the socials. I remembered this
Okay.
time.
Let me see.
Oh, look at that! It did. What's up, y'all? You know how we like to do. We like to chat a little bit before the we roll the intros, because we don't want y'all to miss it. I have somebody new with me today. We'll get into that once we get live. Fame is
Hi
not
guys.
dead, and he's not sick. He's just busy with being a real adult. Um,
That
so make
real
sure
life stuff is for the birds. It's whack.
it is whack. So make sure you guys, tweet this out, please. It means a lot. Make sure you follow, subscribe, whatever the kids call it nowadays. And damn, I don't want to ramble on, so let's just roll right into that intro.
Who?
Oh man.
Oh, hit the like button. Share this with your mama and your daddy and your cousin. And hit the bell if you want to show some loving. We just trying to level one to get the name buzzing. What a day that'll be. Double time, double fine, double A battery. Double mid twins trying to jump my anatomy. If you don't leave a like, you shouldn't have the audacity. Power of the mind got an X mentality. Couldn't put them on, now your X-Man mad at me. Haters out here acting like it happened automatically. So if I give them game, then it's turn-based strategy. Whoa, used to be the guy that was ignoring. Sleeping on the keys, I'm an all cap snoring. That's just what it happened when your podcast boring. I'ma tell him take two and call it doctor in the morning. I'ma tell him take two and call it doctor in the morning. Yeah, I'ma tell him take doctor in the morning.
What's good, guys? Yeah, I didn't know where the intro was, and I almost put us on. Yeah. Anyway, I am the floor hugger. I am running the show today, like actually running the show. Fame is doing some adult stuff, but I got my other big brother here. Introduce yourself, because people should know who you are, but in case they don't, who are
In
you?
case you don't, I am Baron J67, the communications director over here at Level One Gaming. Likes and ums are my absolute two favorite words, that and tiramisu.
Oh, oh, love tiramisu.
Dude, the cocoa and then the coffee and then the espresso and then the bing.
Mm. All right.
Lord.
Remember, again, don't forget to share this out. We would super hella appreciate that. This is not a long show, so we're here for a good time, not a long time. And Baron, since I usually have to do it, you get to do the coin flip. Do we do uh, Marvel? Do we take on Diablo Activision? Or do we fall somewhere in between? Where do you want to start?
Tails is Activision, heads is Diablo.
Okay.
We got Tails,
Okay. Okay. So that was Venom. I'm.
Diablo.
Oh, Diablo. Okay. I'm like, I'm in another plane.
I forgot. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot. So it could we could be completely lying, but let's just go with Diablo first. Let's
Go with
start with the
Diablo.
sour, and then we'll go to the sweet and itchy, which is Carnage.
It is. So Diablo has been in the news, or not Diablo. Activision Blizzard has been in the news for about 2, 3 weeks now.
For all the wrong reasons.
All the wrong reasons. Diablo Immortal, I had to. I'm like, is it Eternal or Immortal? Has been delayed, and if people don't know, it's playing on the screen. That's the phone version, right? The phone game.
Yeah. uh, where's the red shirt guy to save us all? K- Dude, could you imagine if he'd be listed in like their court documents, like and quoting red shirt guy, like, and he has to go up on the stand and he like we're getting ahead of ourselves, but yeah. What up, hustle?
What up, hustler? So yeah, the Diablo Immortal is the phone game, and it's the infamous what, you don't got games on your or you don't have phones.
You don't have a phone? Doesn't everybody have a phone?
It's now
What a way to shoot yourself in the foot even further.
they it's like there's certain things in your life where you're like, oh, all that is starting to make sense now, and that attitude, that brazen attitude that they have, and now that all the things have come out, it's just like, oh,
Ooh, I remember
um,
what I wanted to talk about because I was going to say it off air and I knew it was going to be a waste. So now, this is just a prime example of companies looking too heavily in the numbers and not really feeling, talking to the community, reading the room. Because I'm not going to sit here and dismiss numbers. Numbers are very important. It's a very good measurement. It's a solid, accurate measurement. That's great. I'm all for numbers. Science is dope. All of that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to things like the gaming community, this is a form of art and entertainment. If you lean too heavily into numbers, decisions like making the newest Diablo entry on mobile sound like an amazing idea. When if you would just even take a step back and just think like, hey, who are the majority of people that play Diablo? Diablo players are usually hardcore gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Most hardcore gamers are not gaming on mobile.
No.
So why would I market my now? Where they could have won is if they would have added that along with a full console and PC version of,
Yeah.
Diablo Immortal. Like, hey, this
Exactly.
is Diablo Immortal mobile, and then alongside that comes out first, and then in a month later, we're bringing Diablo Immortal to console and PC. That would have won over way better than, hey, well, our numbers say you guys all have cell phones. So why are
Oh,
you, bro?
you lose the human aspect when you start doing things like that.
Yep.
And that, I don't. I've loved Diablo for a very long time, but even I was like, I'm not gonna play this. It's like when Blades, a Skyrim or Elder Scrolls Blades was announced. It's like, this is this is not what I want.
It was fun. I played a lot of it. I actually upgraded my phone to play it because none of the applications in my home, none of the tech in my home could. I was taking my wife's phone. My wife at the time had the most up to date phone in the home, and I was running Blades religiously on back before they fixed the whole chest timer thing. So I would legit farm to a certain period, get enough chest, and then like set an alarm and be like, hey babe, I need your phone. Because I just had to go and open the chest. And then the crafting and bro, I was all in and I was absolutely hooked.
I mean,
Then I just fell off completely once I finally got my own phone. I think it was the whole action of like I gotta like bust a mission in order to play this game. Like it wasn't just let me pull out my phone out my pocket. No, it was let me go locate my wife and then find her phone and then get her log in and then be like, just give me a minute. And like, oh yeah, it was bad.
from what you were telling us last night with the New World, I'm not even surprised anymore. A little shocked, but not surprised. You're the only
Oh
person
yeah,
I know that's played it.
I played it heavily, like heavy. I mean, I want to even say I wasn't in a Discord group, was I?
Probably, knowing you.
It's possible. I think I was in a Discord group. Yeah, it wasn't my brightest moments, but I will say it wasn't wasted time because I had a good time,
Exactly. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. And
and I didn't give him any money.
there's another bonus, no money for them. I mean, this whole Baron showed me this. I'll pull this up on screen. The Mandis, this is somebody put out a tweet, Kim Parker, of just some of the things that they're making Blizzard employees do. So this download, Jesus Christ, am I okay? This Diablo Immortal thing, it's in tying in with what Blizzard is doing. Like this come to Jesus moment for this company because Blizzard was always the bastion of PC gaming and stuff like that. And
Yes.
now it's like, oh, oh, they're just as scummy as all these other companies. They're just as bad as EA, if not worse. Like, what's going on here?
Happy birthday, Dallas.
At birthday, I can't. I'm not surprised that this game is delayed
Yeah.
at all. Um, I have a feeling we'll see very soon. Overwatch 2 will get delayed because people are already looking at that. Like, I'm not playing that. Uh, Unfortunately, the game I was looking forward to the most, Diablo 4, is probably going to get delayed, although there was no date for that yet. I'm just I just have a hard time, like the way we work. I have a hard time co-signing the fact that people in a position of power would do stuff like that, because I know the way we run things, and I'm like, it would. How does it get to that? Because we would never let that happen.
It, you know what? It's a weird thing of just one person in authority taking something too far, and then a lot of people below whose current job status depend on how that person feels. You know, it you don't want to be the odd person out. You know, you nobody, I mean, and it's scary that that's even a societal thing. Like that, it's like human, it's animal nature to belong. Even you
Yeah.
go down to, and it's so scary that all it takes is a few people in power to do things inappropriately, and then all of a sudden other people fall in line and start doing that. What's the saying? People only do what they're allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's how the culture gets bred. That's how you get people, you know, of course I'm dumbing it down and it's more extreme than that. But just at its core, it's scary how it
Exactly.
doesn't take much for things to start steamrolling in the wrong direction. Like it doesn't take much at all.
That's a terrifying thought. That really is. Oof.
Oh,
Oof.
oh
That
man.
just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
scummy behavior just it baffles me. We know the gaming industry is it's an interesting thing, but to see it so blatant and people still defending these actions, mm,
Yeah.
that's where I can't get on jiggy with it.
And it's so crazy, like uh man,
Right?
it's such a, the thing how I feel about it is, one, I wasn't there, but I'm not crazy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have company wide employee walkouts for rumors. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get that far. You don't get to unionization talks with rumors. You
No.
don't get to you don't get to this level. Like, this is one of the biggest gaming companies out there,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't get to this point to where you got, and I'm maybe jumping ahead, but you get companies like Coca-Cola walking away from you. You get companies like, I don't know who else. There was somebody else listed. Um do 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 do. Um State Farm. State Farm. Like, how do you get these brands to, this is big enough for those brands to be scared to deal with you, and
Yeah.
and you're already in the courts, which meant there was enough to even get to this point. So, and that's not dismissing these people's truths and these people's stories, but this is just talking about it from a perspective of, okay, what do we know? We
Yeah.
know there was enough evidence to get to the point to where California, as its legal system, is getting involved, and we know it's enough to make money start walking away. Like,
Yeah.
so regardless, there's enough proof for that to start happening.
Yeah.
So it's wild,
God.
man.
I don't
It's
oh, this is going to be such a cynical thing. I don't honestly think anything is going to change though, cuz this happened to Riot like 2 years ago and Riot is bigger than ever
bigger
now.
than ever. Yeah. Um you know what, all the I don't think we'll ever really see companies crash and burn anymore.
No.
um Only because of just how big the internet is, and when I say, like, the reach of it. So you have so many people who are experiencing these things. Like, even if all of the US stop playing Riot games, or we'll boil it back to, you know Activision. Let's say everybody in the state of California stop playing Activision Blizzard games. Yes, it would be a knock against them, but it would not be enough to crumble Activision.
No.
Let's say you take it a step further, the US. It still would not be enough to crush Activision. It would cripple them, but
Mm-hmm.
would they go away? No. And this is, and I guess the positive that one could look for is that the individuals who committed the heinous crimes are get their justice or
Yes.
get justice served. You know, like that's that I think looking for that is a more down to earth plausible option than to see Activision crash and burn, even though to some extent it's in the walls. Like it's clearly not just
Yeah.
a few, what's that phrase I hate? Bad eggs or bad
Yeah.
apples. Like, no, I don't like that.
No.
It's the damn basket at this point.
Yeah.
And I wonder what it would take to get a complete clean sweep to make things not necessarily hit the hard reset, but to make things right so we don't
Oof.
have to experience the level of this because it's gonna happen. You can't, people are people, crime is gonna be committed, you know, people are gonna be monsters. That's a reality of life.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you mitigate it? How do you add such buffers that when it does happen, it's an isolated situation that's nipped in the bud and boom.
Yeah. That's a that's a big question and a talk that I think needs to start happening because it don't it's not it takes one person, like you were saying, one person at the top to start that behavior. Because I I believe that all of this stuff starts at the top.
Oh
Obviously,
yeah.
it's either starts by them doing it or them turning a blind eye to it. Because my least favorite person, Randy Pitchford, has I don't know how he's still in power there. I'll be honest, but it starts at the top because there's some things that's come out about that company too, and I'm like, oh, so it starts at the top. And Blizzard is getting their come to Jesus moment. Uh, but I honestly don't know if it's going to change anything just yet because I don't think the gaming
Yeah.
industry is ready for that change.
And it's I've heard somebody mention it. It might have been Jedi over on Gold Chain Gamers on one of their podcasts. But if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But somebody mentioned the idea that it's not something new. It's across the entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's across the work setting.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know the work setting and the setup that it's at. It's all stems from, you know, you got a group of older men running this building doing things. Hell, it boils down to even the way the AC, like as stupid as it is, I remember reading an article that ACs in work in office buildings are set to the standards that an older man
Mm-hmm.
would benefit from. Like that's where the AC setting standards kind of are built
That's
around. Like
crazy.
it was something that's how deep this stuff goes. Now it's scary. Am I a professional? No. In the like, do I have like credentials in any way, shape, or form to properly address this? No, but I'm a human, and wrong is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and it's scary that all it takes is a few people doing things, and then people afraid of, you know, and it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's just that fear factor. That power is something else.
Yeah.
And it can drive people to do wild stuff, man.
God, it really can. I'm just hoping that Blizzard takes this Activision, Blizzard takes this time with this delay of I like I said, I think Diablo 4 is going to get delayed. I think Overwatch 2 is going to get delayed even though they don't have release dates. It just be a good look to be like, "Hey, instead of trying to pump out a game, we are more focused on what our employees and that mental health, those welfare, trying to make things right instead of, hey, what's the next big. Because let's face it, Call of Duty, they could just keep riding a Warzone and they don't need to make another game for another few years. People,
Oh yeah.
Overwatch as well, people are there. And StarCraft is big. Oh, I forgot they make StarCraft.
Oh man, dude, it's crazy how much the catalog was my childhood.
Mm hmm.
And a lot of people's gaming. I mean, you think Call of Duty. I grew up playing Diablo. I used to go to PC. PC lounges and I forgot what else they would be called, but I would go out of my way to go sit and spend hours playing at a PC lounge and our internet cafe
Hmm.
and running Diablo 2. Um, what else did we play? I wasn't much of a StarCraft guy, but Warcraft, not World of
Mm.
Warcraft, Warcraft. I
The
played
original.
the heck out of Warcraft
They
2
were
and what
good.
was it up to 3, right? It went up to
Yes.
Warcraft 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I'm old. I
It's okay.
played I played the heck out of these games growing up. And I mean, even Call of Duty now. Like I have the newest Call of Duty out.
Hmm.
Um it's they are so ingrained and in gaming. So I know there's a lot of people out there who are struggling. You know, you see it all through social media timelines where they're like, well, this is terrible, but this is how I've been feeding myself for a while is playing these games.
Yeah, one of my friends,
And
all she does is play WoW, and she's like, I'm at a crossroads. What do I do? She's like, I put years into this game, but I don't want to support the company, but this is the only game, like, it's the only game she plays. I'm like,
I and speaking and I know I keep deviating back to that, and I'm sorry, but going back to what about the release of these games, even if they were all ready to go today, they would be silly to launch them unless they were giving them out for free, and even then, they would be dragged.
yeah,
Um,
they need to get
they
their optics back up.
and you know what's so sad? I truly believe that all it would take for them to sway would be a heavy sale, big apology. There's going to be a few things: heavy sale, big apology, um, like wide crucifying of all the people who are clearly convicted who are clearly convicted,
Hmm.
and then the launch of one or two of these new titles that they already have in the chamber.
Yeah.
um which is sad because I can see things kind of getting back to some form of normalcy by October, November, which is, we all know, Call of Duty time.
Hmm.
Is always October, right? Is it?
October, November, holiday
Yeah,
time.
yeah, holiday time. It's always Call of Duty season.
Hmm.
And then because the one part about it that a lot of people ignore is we're in the small percentage of people who even
Oh
know
yeah.
about what's going on
Yeah.
and are willing to talk about it. We are a very small circle of it.
Hmm.
So the kid who's going to ask his mom for his birthday gift the new Call of Duty, or the kid who or the person who doesn't even have social media and is just looking forward to the needs to re-up on their WoW account.
Hmm.
Like, these people have no idea, which I'm gonna be honest, there's more of those people than there are people who are ingrained in this. And that's why, going back
Yeah.
to what you said, it's hard to imagine this even really changing.
I mean,
Uh,
let's talk about the other company that did a big wrong. CD Projekt. They there's a
mhm,
weird divide. If you are just a Witcher fan, you don't really care what happened.
sure,
But if you're a Cyberpunk fan, you care. So there's a
sure,
you could even see it on WitcherCon as there was a clear divide of people like I don't care what they did wrong, even though they scammed people, they treated employees like shit, they made them work overtime, crunch, all this. I got to play Witcher, and I'm waiting for the next
yep,
Witcher. The games are we're weird.
yeah. It's and you know what? I think one thing that needs to we're not monolithic. Um, Gamers, one, as a community, we're very fickle.
Hmm.
That's why I mentioned it would take only a few things to have a major the communication, the discussion around this situation to shift. It would only take a few things.
Yeah.
And it's not the best of looks. It doesn't make us, we're human,
Hmm.
but at the same time, wrong is wrong, and this is a new level of wrong.
Yes.
And what's a scarier thought is I highly doubt this is the only,
Uh,
this is an isolated incident.
not
I
even
because
close.
think about how many people get rotated in and out. I
Mm-hmm.
think they just had a couple of heads, higher ups leave the company. They're not
Mm-hmm.
going to be out the industry for long.
No.
They're not.
No.
Like, it wouldn't shock me if they pop up in a year or two,
Oh
maybe
yeah.
even 6 months, like somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Honestly, yeah.
And yeah, and it's sad. I I like to speak about actions.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I talk too much, but what what do you think can be done? Like, just if you could come in and make some slight changes, what would you do? And I hope I'm not putting you on the spot for that, because I can answer first if you wanted to.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, for me, I would create an extremely open, like, honestly, what's mentioned in that tweet that I sent you, making sure to have like a lot of public, because this is a big company.
Mm-hmm.
You have shareholders. They're a publicly traded company, right? I don't
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think.
Okay,
At
so
least I
you
think
you
so.
got shareholders, which means you should have this stuff public. Hey, how many harassment complaints have you had? What region did they come from? Of course, protecting everybody's personal information,
Yeah.
because once again, you're innocent until proven guilty. But at the same time, if I notice that in the Southern California region of my offices, I'm seeing a 15% increase in sexual harassment complaints, okay, we got to go in. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is where the data part kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
This is where numbers kick in, and you can start doing making right positive decisions. Um and then constant training, constant acknowledgement, to the point to where it's annoying. And it's because I know at my workplace, the 9 to 5, I know we get silly trainings, this, that, and the third, but it constantly ingrains. And then you get people in the meetings who are like, oh,
Yeah.
and so it may be like day-to-day info for you, but to somebody in that room, they
It's
didn't
new.
know that you can't walk around tapping people on the butt saying good game.
Yeah.
Like, somebody
Yeah.
in the room didn't know that that wasn't okay.
That's true.
So you make sure to have those quote unquote, dumb meetings. That's what I would do, and make sure to have very open communication. I know they have lawyers and ombudsmen. Like, I don't say
Yeah.
HR. I wouldn't want to deal with HR in that sense immediately. I would want to set up a something that's a neutral ground, which I know in college they have it. I don't know if they have it in that workplace. I believe it's called like an ombudsman, and they're just there to be a mediator for all situations between employers and employees.
I was about to
At
say
least that's what
that.
it was in school. Yeah.
Instead of like a internal, at least I was thinking like something like we call it ACERT here, which is the Alberta Serious Institute Serious Response. So like if something with the police happens, they shoot somebody, ACERT comes in. They're an outside organization. They don't deal with the city. They don't deal with the police force. They're outside, made up of civilians and people who know what they're doing. Something like that. They don't respond to the higher ups. I would bring in outside organization because we've seen how many HR or
Oh
people that
yeah.
are in a position of power cover things up because he's the CEO. He's boys will be boys. That phrase, boys will be boys. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, thanks. What's up, Dallas? No, where is it, Dallas? What's up, Logic? What's up, Chakalaka? What's up, Steph?
Logic.
What's up, Javier? How y'all doing? Fame is not
What
here.
up, everybody?
We murdered him. Uh,
Whoa. Allegedly.
allegedly, allegedly. So, in
Um.
speaking of murder, because
Oh
that
yeah.
was we could talk on that for the rest of the evening, but this is a quick show. Uh, I have a feeling once Cogs comes back, we might have to do a little Blizzard episode,
Oh yeah.
and it's gonna be long. That's what she said. But Marvel, Marvel doing they damn thing again.
And
They brought us. I liked the first Venom. I just had some editing issues with it. Like I feel like the first half of like not half, but like the first 10 minutes of the movie could have been cut out to streamline it and reintroduced in another place. But that's a whole different thing. They brought us.
symbiote.
Oh,
The way that, or how did
Gross.
they say it? Symbiote. Yeah, there you go, symbiote.
I hate the way they say that.
Yeah, they absolutely like ruined it for me. I was like, what? And they kept saying it, the
Right?
symbiote. I was
Like,
like,
stop saying it.
like, yeah, please just stop. Just call it the alien goo.
Oh, I don't know if I like that either. But I'm kind of like skipping through the trailer because Marvel likes to crack down when you show trailers on things. But Carnage, probably most one of the most known Venoms. No,
Oh,
one of
that
the
scene makes
most
me itch.
right, one of the most known villains in the Spider-Man universe. At least
Yes.
he was the first villain I got introduced to because I read Carnage in New York when I was like 10 years old, and that was like Carnage.
And it's
He
still one of the best Sonic Sega games.
so good. So good. Are you gonna be what's your thoughts on this Carnage in? Oh, I want to say Carnage in New York, but that's not it. Venom 2.
Um, Venom 2, I my only issue is the fact that this is a absolute separate universe than what we're than the MCU, and
Yeah.
it kind of bothers me. That's my only that is to be 100% real, that is my only negative with this Venom series is that it is so separated from everything else. And it kills me to see such continuity within the same universe in one area, and then even with the whole multiverse thing, and which kind of explains away all of this, like it's a cheap way to tie in everything. You can, MCU was kind of dirty for doing the whole multiverse because now it's like, oh, anything Marvel you've ever seen, it's in one of those branches from Loki. Don't worry about it. It's in one of those.
Yeah.
And it's a cheap um it's a cheap plot point, but back to Venom, I love it. I think the interaction between Brock and Venom, it's Brock, right? I
Yeah.
just know
Eddie
it. Yeah,
Brock.
yeah. Eddie Brock and Venom is just, it's beautiful. I just look forward to seeing like Spider-Man in the distance somewhere, or like I don't even need him to be a full scene, just like a web, like
Somewhere in
I
there.
yeah, like Venom's like, what's that? And it just looks like a web, and then they make like a jizz joke or something. I don't know. Like, which, come on, that's exactly what would happen.
That is what would
That's
happen.
exact. That is to a T what would happen. I can see them walking down the alleyway and seeing some dudes like beat up and put up against a wall, like webbed up,
Yup.
and then like Venom making like a joke, and then Brock making I can just perfect.
All
Their banter is perfect.
it is. I don't know how, because it's. I mean, he's not there, so it's very like they did it so well that balancing off. I mean, I think the voice actor for Venom is around, but like when he's in the room by himself and doing the shots, Tom Hardy, man, what an underrated actor Tom Hardy also is.
Oh yeah.
Like I am
He mhm.
interested in this because I'm waiting to see like the Marvel Monster universe come out because as much as I don't like him, Jared Leto as Morbius is gonna be uh banging. I hope because then that just leads into everything. I just can't wait till it all, like I've been saying with Loki and everything, how when it all takes that turn and intersects together eventually. I don't know if I don't know if Sony will do that, but they got to at some point, right?
That's man. Uh, at least lease it out. Like come on.
Their
Like
other
I don't
movies
know.
suck. That's the thing. Charlie, have you watched the Charlie's Angels with oh my god, Jacob,
Drew
Kristen
Barrymore.
Stewart. Kristen Stewart.
I still haven't.
It's
First
bad.
off, that was one of the worst marketed movies ever. There was not enough ads. There was not enough anything for that movie, and then all of a sudden it just existed, and I
And
was like,
the
I
best
didn't even
parts are
know this
in
was
the
real.
trailers.
That's the worst, man.
Yeah, it's
Um, uh, and for those in the chat, Venom was not the best movie at all. Like
but it's not the worst. Do
but
you guys forget
it,
Elektra?
oh, oh man, oh,
Daredevil,
eh, eh,
right?
bullseye.
Bullseye. I
But
hated it. Oh my god. I forgot about that section. Oh,
Look. I'll say this: Venom. The good parts of Venom were great, but as a whole, it was definitely a C movie.
oh
It
yeah.
was a C movie. And this is a good question. Was it a C? Was it a man movie to you because of the source material and how far away it was from it, or because of the movie itself?
The movie itself, because I can uh, take away from the source and still be fine with it. It was just there's just some editing choices and directing choices. I was like, ooh, I don't I don't like this. Like the graphics were pretty good. They had some
Oh
moments
yeah,
where it's like, oh okay, but I enjoyed it. I also have me and Fame have gone on record saying I like bad movies
oh
because I
yeah.
like the first Suicide Squad. I love it.
Me
I
too.
think Will Smith and Margot Robbie, banging, love them.
Yep.
It could have been a lot worse. I'm at this point where
Yeah.
we do reviews and stuff so much that I'm like, I just want to shut my brain off and not be critical of something and just enjoy something.
Yep.
And I enjoyed Venom.
And it's so weird. Like I know this is super late and random, but I just watched Cruella, and I immediately was like, this is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
So good.
Cruella, random, off topic, but in comparison to a movie that already has some type of source material,
Hmm.
it's funny how maybe because they got to create any backstory they wanted with Cruella,
That's true, yeah.
and that's why they had a lot more freedom and a lot more fun, and there was more oomph put into it, or maybe just Sony makes crappy movies.
Sony makes crappy movies too.
Yeah, they should just sell everything to TriStar. Um,
True.
I used to love me some TriStar movies. I'm not gonna lie to you.
TriStar,
Uh,
man, they used to slap.
what did they make, like Starboy and stuff like that? Let me
They
see.
made
Or Star Kid.
a bunch of cheesy
That,
stuff.
that was my movie. Oh
I
God,
mean,
why
at
did I like
least
that movie?
Chocolate is saying that this will probably be delayed due to the Delta variant, which I am not surprised. The
Oh yeah,
Pamela Anderson is coming back around, so that means y'all better be putting your masks on uh,
man.
and doing all that. But we will see this movie before Dune comes out.
You
Anybody
think
remember
so?
Dune? Oh, Dune just got, I think, delayed again.
Are you serious? They just started doing ads and pushing for it again.
That movie is it's never gonna come out.
I feel like that movie was just a way to push the books and like push for like a Netflix or Amazon series.
I
That's
wouldn't
really what all
surprise.
this
I was
was.
surprised when there was no game announcement to come with it too.
Ooh.
Just
How
redo
would you
Dune 2000.
ooh, what kind of game do you think Dune would be if they released a new one today?
Oh,
Oof.
I don't know.
Oof.
Probably some
Uh,
FPS.
I think they would like clone over FPS would be dope. Like Escape from Butcher Bay. Um I can see his eyes, Vin Diesel. What is that movie called?
Riddick.
Pitch Black. Riddick. Yeah, Chronicles Riddick. Um, I could see that, or I could see them like reskinning Mad Max and like putting you.
Underrated game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hands down an underrated game.
Oh,
I could see them like reskinning Mad Max. Like, hey, we got the
yeah.
open desert area, the resources that you'd be looking for, they're already there. Instead of oil and car parts, spice and
I could see it.
I can see it. I can see it happening. But
I
yeah,
could
oh
see.
God,
I could
please go
definitely
watch
see it.
Star Kid. It's nightmare fuel.
Another good Nightmare Fuel is a Dark Crystal. Although that's not the new one, the original
The
one,
original.
because it aged weirdly. A
Yeah,
lot of
it
those movies did.
bro, those action that live props or what is it called? There's a
uh,
term for it.
Puppeteering. I don't know what it
Yeah,
official is.
puppeteering back in the day was dope, dude. Like I kind of wish they did more of it because you would think it would be way better. Because those move, it's almost like cell shading, how it just ages well. Some of
Hmm.
that stuff, in my opinion, like what movies do I think of? Dark Crystal, Willow,
The original thing.
the original thing. Like you could watch these movies in any setting, and it would. Bloodshot was so bad. I haven't seen Bloodshot.
Haven't seen it. Yeah, like I said, I am just here to enjoy things,
Yeah.
and when I have time to sit down and watch a movie, even if it's terrible, like unless it's like very terrible, because I've seen some movies recently that are like, oh, I went into the YouTube iceberg, not the YouTube, but like the horror movie iceberg again when I shouldn't have, and bleh, gross. I just want to enjoy a movie. I just want to turn my brain off and enjoy it. And you guys, you cannot like the movies. That's cool, but don't put
Oh
other
yeah.
people down for liking them or not liking them. We all have
Oh
separate
yeah.
opinions. That's the thing. We're all nope. Don't say it. Don't say it. I was gonna say it. Don't say it. What do y'all think of this Carnage? No. Yeah. Yeah. Venom. Let there
Yeah.
be carnage. I couldn't
Let
remember the
there
name.
be carnage. I'm just happy that Woody, what's his name? Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm happy that he's playing a villain. Like I like his energy. He's
Yeah.
always given off really good, and he's always played like really good anti-hero type characters. But just the outright bad guy,
Yeah.
and everybody loves a good serial killer. That's the creepy truth.
Yeah.
That was a well cut trailer, and the
It really was.
itchiness. Oh,
Go watch the
seeing
full
Carnage.
thing. I'm not gonna show the full thing. I already showed clips of it, and we they don't really let you get away with much, but it is available on YouTube. It's got, well, at least the one I clicked on, 1.7 million views on IGN. Go watch it. It's enjoyable, and it's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's also on. It might be on Prime as well. If you got nothing to do, go watch the movie. You guys know we don't like to keep you here for very long. I know we could talk forever. Baron and I just keep going. Any other thing you can think of before we head up on out of here?
Um, go check out Death Trash, and we are going to be playing some Back for Blood tonight, so look out for that here on Level One.
Mm-hmm. You guys are awesome. Remember, Thursday, take two. Friday, peep games. Saturday, ready, press, play. Monday, I didn't skip over Sunday. We just don't got anything there right now. Monday, 15 minutes of fame. Tuesday, for now, there is a show there. I know some of you guys messaged me like, "Where's Cogs?" Cogs is coming back. Ready Press Movies with Chakalaka is on there. Chill out. Enjoy the show. Chakalaka knows what he's doing and he's entertaining. Wednesdays, 2XP. Did I say that? 2XP podcast. That's all we have for you guys this week. Make sure you guys are, being good to each other. Don't be dicks. Wash your hands, wash your face, wash your booty, and enjoy this intro, outro. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Yes.
Who? Oh, hit the like button. Share this with your mama and your daddy and your cousin. And hit the bell if you want to show some loving. We just trying to level one to get the name buzzing. What a day that'll be. Double time, double fine, double A battery. Double mid twins trying to jump my anatomy. If you don't leave a like, you shouldn't have the audacity. Power of the mind got an X mentality. Couldn't put them on, now your X-Man mad at me. Haters out here acting like it happened automatically. So if I give them game, then it's turn-based strategy. Whoa, used to be the guy they was ignoring. Sleeping on the keys, I'm an all cap snoring. That's just what happened when your podcast boring. I'ma tell them take two and call a doctor in the morning. I'ma tell them take two and call a doctor in the morning. Yeah, I'ma tell them take doctor in the morning.